igama lami uSiphelele Xulu. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Guys, if you are new here, welcome. But please make sure that you do not leave here by not subscribing to my channel. Please support my channel. And kumnandi lana, guys, kumnandi. And if you are a returning subscriber, nginithanda kakhulu, nginithanda, and thank you so much for the continuous support. Thank you. Guys, today, with the title of the video, you can also see I'm coming here. It's not like teaching, but just to clarify some 30 seconds rules, ne? Or how to play 30 seconds. This is my favorite game of all of board games. This is my favorite. Guys, when I play this, guys, I get very serious and I always want to win. I'm very competitive when it comes to this game. So guys, please don't mind me when I am looking into my notes, because I don't want this video to be too long. So I will keep on peeping on my notes. Let's get straight to the video. Number one, I just want to talk about what do you get from the box called 30 seconds, or the game called 30 seconds. This game is the quick thinking, fast talking game. So you don't have to be smart, but at least you must actually be quick thinking, fast talking, for you to win this game, right? So what you get from the box comes with, number one, with the rules. There are rules, they are here. Number two, it comes with a board. This is a board game, so it comes with a board like this one. And then you also get the deck of cards that comes here, 240 of these cards. I'll explain this. And then it also comes with the die. Hey, we are learning. I just learned it. It's not dice, but die. It comes with just this die, one die. And it also comes with the timer, which is 30 seconds. This hourglass of ours, it's equivalent to 30 seconds. No matter what you do on it, it's 30 seconds. And it also comes with tokens, 4 tokens for people to play, these ones. This is what you get. And this board game, you can get it anywhere, everywhere. I think where they are selling board games, you can get it, and it's roughly 420 at CNA. I am not promoting CNA, but this is where I bought the game. Okay, as I said, I just want to be precise, make sure that I don't mess up. I spoke about the board and everything that you get from the box of 30 seconds. So now I'm going straight to talk about the participants. Okay, we've got 2 types of participants. We've got the describers and the identifiers. Describer, identifier. So there are 2 types of participants that you get for you to play this game. And the teams could be between 2 to 4, because you saw this game comes with 4 tokens. So you can have maybe 2 up until 4 teams to play, and preferably you can get equal numbers of the teams, but it will always depend on how many people that you have that you are playing with, but at least try to make sure that you've got, if it's a team of 4, it must be 4 for all the teams. If it's 3, if it's 2, whatever, but it must be equal number of the teams, And talking about the playing, now I'm talking about every team gets the chance to play. How to play. When the team gets the turn to play, they'll get one person who is going to be describing or giving the clues to the team that they are playing with, and the other team members, then they will be identifying whatever that the describer has already gave them the clue. Ne? Okay. Coming straight to the member that is the one that is describing is the one who's going to draw the card from the deck of cards. He will draw the card from the outside. There is an out, and then also there's the in. So the person who's actually going to be describing at the time that their team is playing, he will then draw the card and give the clues from the card. I hope I'm explaining well. I hope. And then the identifiers then should give the answers of what is written on the card, because the person who's going to be describing cannot be able to mention something that is already written on the card. But the identifiers, then they can be able to pronounce or announce whatever that is written on the card without them looking into the card. Okay. Then the describer is given only 30 seconds to describe and also get the answers from the identifiers. I hope this can help, and also it's understandable. Coming back to the board. Remember, this is a board game. So coming back to the board, now we're talking about the board. The board has 2 blocks, which there's a blue part, and then there's also a yellow part. So I will come to the point where you understand why there must be 2 blocks on the board. Because our cards that I was talking about, they have 2 sides. Ne? But we'll talk about the cards later on. There are 2 sides. Why the board has 2 blocks? Because of the card. So that the describer, or maybe let's start again to say, every team starts from the blue side. So the start is blue. I hope you can see. Yes, you can. As much as I'm a little bit far, but you can see. All the tokens will be here in the beginning of the game. So, coming to the point whereby now we're still talking about the depending, or the other part. Remember, we've got tokens. The first tokens, they start on the blue, and then you roll, then you move using the token depending on the answers that you got. And then from there, wherever that your token landed, if let's say it landed on yellow there by Mandela, for the first time that you are playing, the first team, if your token landed here by the Mandela, if it landed from Mandela, so which means that you remember you started with the blue side. Now your token has landed to Mandela, which is the yellow block. So it means that now when it's your turn for you to play again, so you focus on the yellow side of the card. I hope that we are still together. I hope I'm not rushing you. That's what I wanted to explain about this board, ne? And how else that the board is used on this game is to make sure that you get to you remember that there's a start and then there's a finish. So the team that gets here first is the team that is winning. Let's say you have only 2 teams, and then the first team gets here first, as the team will be moving around up until it gets to the point, to the finish line or finish spot. So it means that team is the one that is winning. Ne? So sometimes you've got like 3 or 4 teams. So the first team will get here, the second team will get here, the third team gets here. So which means the last team is the loser. The one that is the last to get here, or even not even getting there. If it's 2 teams, the first team that gets here wins. If it's 3 teams, the first team will win. The second team will also be a second point. So it will be on the second place, and then the team is the loser. If it's 4, same as well as what I was just explaining. This is how the board is going to be used on the 30 seconds. Nah, are we still together? I hope you are still together because I love this game. I told you. So now we're coming back to the cards. Nah. So the cards comes with the dice. Nah. Okay, let's talk about the cards first. I think I almost messed up my presentation. Nah? Sorry about that. So now let's talk about the cards. I already said to you that these cards are 240 here. You know what, my friends always says, when you've already crammed all the cards, but it's not possible because these cards are 240 and then it has names like 2,400 names on this card. So there's no way, because it's 10 in one card, so there's no way that one can actually cram all these cards, even if you love the game, but it's not possible. But then every time that the cards have two sides. I've already explained about the blue and the yellow side of the card. I think I've already explained that part. And then the side that is used to give clues, it must be correspondence with the board. I remember I've already explained that when I say you start with the blue one, and then if you landed on Mandela, which is the yellow block, so it means that you are able to actually use the card on the side of yellow. If you land maybe to Mother Teresa, which is blue, then it means that you must also, the describer person must also use the card on the blue side. Hope we are still together on that part. And coming into and then I also explain about where do you draw the card. You draw from out and then you put it on the inside. So it's easy to actually keep on doing this. You can play the game maybe with half of the cards or even quarter of this card. Then you are done and you are finished with your game. Now, coming to the die, which is the most exciting part of this game. Where is my die? Okay, here is my die. The die that we have here, it has only 3 numbers. By 3 numbers, it means that there's just a 0, 1, and 2. You can see it's 0, this side, and then this is 1, and this is 2. Ne? So the exciting part is that when you've got 0, this is when you feel like, yo, I have a good luck. This is the advantage of the game. Each and every player or the team is praying to get a 0. Why? Because you throw the die on the board, and then if you get 0 on the die, it means that you can, let's say for example, remember, so the card has 5 names on it. So the person who's actually giving the clues, if you get all the 5 clues right within 30 seconds, it means you move on the board 5 times. If you rolled 1, it means that if you rolled 1 and you got all 5 names on the card from the describer as well as the team, because the other one will be actually describing and then the team will be actually explaining. So if indeed that you get that 5 names correctly, but you rolled 1, we are going to minus 1 on the board. So which means you just got 4. And it gets worse when you get now, if you roll 2, that's when you feel like you have a bad luck. Because if you roll 2, it means that you must minus 2 from the 5 answers that you got. And sometimes you get nothing because maybe within 30 seconds you only got 2. So that's why everybody is praying for 0 instead of 2. So 1 is better, but 0 is more advantageous for people. So everybody is praying to get the 0 on the die. Okay, part of the rules that we have on the 30 seconds, the describer may, these rules are actually already here on the board. I'm just going to emphasize them a bit, but I won't because they are already here on the box. The rules comes with the actual box. So if I can just mention a few. The describer may describe the names in a way they wish, including singing, humming, and using the gestures. Ne? And then they can also describe the name in any order. However, so basically it doesn't have to be, if you are talking about maybe Mandela and you just say who was the president of what, it doesn't matter what you say, as long as the team that you are working with can also say what is on the card, you are still winning. Ne? And then you can also use names such as and as well as they, which is a prefix. You can use that even if it's on the card, because sometimes this is English. So sometimes when you are saying there was a point when there was a what, and then there is a there on that particular card, you cannot be penalized for saying there was a time that there was, no, you can't be penalized for that. You can use those and as well as the there, as long, even if it appears on the card. Ne? Some of the part of the rules, then the describer may not say the actual names on the card. You can't say the guy who Madiba or whatever, or use if it's Madiba or the street that is it, like, maybe let me give the better example about something that you can say on the card. Let's say you are trying to explain about the song of Whitney Houston, maybe Always Love You, something like that. So there was that song that from Whitney Houston, it talks about love. The fact that you mention love and the love is part of the name, so you lose it right there. I hope I gave the best, actually the best example. I hope you understood. But basically, you can't say something that is actually on the card. You are not allowed. And then you also may not look at the names that must be described before the time is turned off. If you are a describer, you are not allowed to look into the card before the timer, which is this, has not been turned down. So you are not allowed to do that. So you take the card and then you put it, and then the other team can then turn the timer. Then you start looking into the card and describe. Right? Thank you. And then say the names. You may also not say the names or words derived from the related to the name that you are describing. Okay, I'm not necessarily sure what does that mean, but this is one of the rules. But maybe it means like you can't say maybe hot versus heat. I don't know, but I doubt, because I will get to the point where I'm explaining this part. Ne? Okay. No, you may also not use direct translation. Like when you are talking about something and then you just make a direct translation and then you expect that the other team will agree. No, we are also not allowed to do direct translation. And then you also may not use any sounds or rhymes with text tactics. Like you are not allowed to do that. And then you also may not say or refer to the letters of the alphabet. Let's say, for example, you wanted to say, talking about BMW, you said that beautiful car that starts with B. You've already lost it. You can't. You are not allowed to do that. And then also, you can't point anything and just say, what is this? Like you are pointing a cupboard and then it's written the cupboard on the card. You are not allowed. Or you are pointing something like a treadmill, which I'm saying that because I'm pointing my treadmill as I'm talking to you. So you are also not allowed to do that. You are not allowed. And then on the start of the game, you also, as the teams that you are playing with, you can also sit and agree or make some ruling on how strict are we going to be. Are we going to be precise, the preciseness of when the card has the Mickey and then or Mickey Mouse, and then you just say Mickey and then you don't maybe say Mickey Mouse? Are we going to agree when the team can also agree to say yes or no? If they're not agreeing, so it means like you're gonna stick to say everything on the card. And then the other part is when, let's say for example, the timer is almost finished and the answer that you were trying to say is probably Mickey Mouse, and then you just say Mickey, and then by the time the timer is out and then mouse you have not pronounced or announced what do we call mouse, then the team can also agree to say, okay, the time was up. Maybe you say time up at the same time where the person was also saying Mickey, and then you say when you're about to say mouse, and then you also say time up. So those are the things, those are the few rules that you can also play around and agree and make some ruling on those ones. And then when it comes to the last one, the one that you can also agree whether we can use vernacular language or we are going to be strict and only use English only. It's very important to agree on those ones. And I think I am done. Did I mention everything? Did I speak about the timer? I didn't, but the timer is this one, 30 seconds. And it's 30 seconds, whether you put it like this or you are playing with it, it's 30 seconds. You can count. Even if you can hit it here, it's still 30 seconds. This hourglass, it only recognize that small hole. Whether you are playing with it, it will still going to be 30 seconds. Try it as well. It's true. What I'm saying is very true. People have tried it and they failed. So I'm sure everybody now understands about how to play this favorite game of mine, which is 30 seconds. It's a pity that COVID just made things very difficult for us to meet with our friends and play this actual 30 seconds. But the most important part of me coming here with this video is for me to share, because there's gonna be a tournament of some sort for different residences whereby we will do it online. We are still getting to a point to figure out as to how are we going to come up with the rules that can help us to do this game online. Very soon we're going to do this. Let the game begin. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and please do not leave without liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Please also click that notification bell so that whenever I upload another video, you can be notified. Thank you so much, guys. I know that I speak very fast, but I hope everybody understood about 30 seconds. Thank you.